passports or relying on the National Digital Identity Platform. The Ministry adds all commercial entities, including social media platforms and e-commerce sites, would have to adhere to the Personal Data Protection Act to safeguard the privacy of online users. While Indonesia is looking at implementing the same age restriction, while Australia is enforcing the curb by December. Malaysian Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim confirming they're looking into banning the use of smartphones in schools for those 16 and under. The Home Ministry and police will also look into the need to increase security. Cabinet officials discussed measures after a spate of school violent attacks, including a fatal stabbing and incidents of sexual violence. The Malaysian government is considering raising the minimum age for social media users from 13 to 16. That proposal raised today as officials look to tackle harmful online content and violence in schools. The Communications Ministry says a higher age restriction means the need for verification using official documents such as passports or relying on the National Digital Identity Platform. The Ministry adds all commercial entities, including social media platforms and e-commerce sites, would have to adhere to the Personal Data Protection Act to safeguard the privacy of online users. While Indonesia is looking at implementing the same age restriction, while Australia is enforcing the curb by December. Malaysian Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim confirming they're looking into banning the use of smartphones in schools for those 16 and under. The Home Ministry and police will also look into the need to increase security. Cabinet officials discussed measures after a spate of school violent attacks, including a fatal stabbing and incidents of sexual violence.
Thank you for being here. Our ministry has received growing concerns about youth and social media. So many students stay online until late at night, scrolling endlessly or comparing themselves to influencers. According to the National Digital Health Survey, Malaysian teens now spend over 5 hours daily online, more than on study or skill. Teachers report falling attention spans, and parents share worries about anxiety, loneliness, and self-image. Clearly, we are facing a digital well-being challenge. Today, we must decide: do we raise the social media age limit to 16 or create a balanced plan that teaches responsible digital habits instead? Let's remember, technology isn't the enemy. It's how we guide its use that matters. Each of you represents an important voice. The government, parents, and youth. Together, we'll design a solution that ensures technology empowers, not controls. Ryan, could you share what social media truly means to your generation?
Yes, sure. Thank you, Madam Minister. For us, social media is everything. Our classroom, our stage, our community. We learn, create, and express ourselves there. Many students even earn income or learn new skills through online platforms. But there's a dark side too. Pressure to be perfect, constant comparison, and fear of missing out. Some of my friends can't sleep without checking their phones. That's why I believe banning social media won't help. It will just push us to hide it. What we need is education, not restriction. Maybe weekly lessons on digital citizenship, covering topics like cyberbullying, privacy, and time management. We don't need less technology, but we need better habits and guidance.
That's an excellent point, Ryan. It's refreshing to hear such honesty. Mrs. Lee, as Parent Association Chair, what challenges do parents face at home?
Parents are struggling in this year. Try to set limits, no phones and no devices after night children, but also fear what's happening online like cyberbullying, sleep loss, and negative comparisons. Most parents still lack knowledge. We didn't grow up in this digital world. I wish there were workshops to teach us how to guide, not just punish, such as how to talk about screen time, use parental tools, and spot signs of stress.
I understand that, Mr. Lee. Sometimes we react defensively because we feel misunderstood. If parents join us online, watch what we like, or talk about it, it could become a bridge, not a wall.
You are absolutely right, Ryan. Parents should stand into their children's digital world, not stand outside it. That's how real guidance begins.
Beautifully said. What I'm hearing is clear. Connection, not control, is key. Perhaps that the ministry can design a national digital wellness framework with lessons for students, workshops for parents, and guidelines for schools. We could even collaborate with tech companies for safety reminders and healthier online habits.
Yes, that would help so much. Simple props like you have been online for 2 hours, I'm so stressed. Make users aware without feeling punished.
And maybe families design a digital family bridge, a simple agreement on screen-free time. It builds trust and shared responsibility.
I love that. Technology isn't a problem. Disconnection is. Let's move on to identify the main issues behind digital dependency so we can design lasting solutions. Based on the national survey conducted last year, nearly 1/3 of Malaysian students admitted that they feel anxious, restless, or even irritable when separated from their phones for just 1 hour. Some even say they feel disconnected from the world or invisible when they are offline. That statement alone should alarm us. Teachers across the different regions, from urban schools in Kuala Lumpur to rural classrooms in Sarawak, report similar patterns. Students are finding it increasingly difficult to maintain focus for more than 10 minutes without checking notifications. When lessons become slightly challenging, their first instinct is to reach for their device. A quick scroll to escape this discomfort. This constant digital interruption weakens concentration and reduces long-term memory retention. But the impact doesn't stop at academics. Emotional balance is also suffering. Our survey found that 57% of students compare themselves to what they see online at least once a day. The endless highlight reels, flawless selfies, luxury lifestyles, academic awards create a silent competition that breeds insecurity. Young people begin to measure their worth not by real effort but by digital approval. And when this anxiety builds, it affects sleep, motivation, and social interaction. Some students told counselors that they feel lonely even when surrounded by friends because their relationships revolve around screen, not real conversations. So clearly, something must change, but we must be careful. The problem is complex. This is not only about screen time, but about dependency, emotional pressure, and lack of balance between virtual life and reality. Now the question we face is, how do we correct this pattern without alienating students or overwhelming parents?
You are right, Madam Minister. I see it happening every day among my friends and sometimes even in myself. We are not addicted because we are rich. We are addicted because everything around us push us to stay online. Every app is designed to keep us scrolling. Notifications pop up even when we don't need them. And algorithms keep showing us things that make it hard to stop. If school or the government try to enforce a total ban, students will only find loopholes. Some will borrow friends' device or create fake profiles with different names. Others might feel that adults don't understand them and will rebel even more. When you ban something without explanation, you don't solve the problem. You just hide it underground. Instead, we need an education that builds self-awareness and self-control. For example, if school could teach us to recognize signs of digital fatigue, like when we scroll mindlessly or refresh apps without reasons, students will begin to reflect on their habits. We could learn how to schedule digital detox hours or track our screen time as a part of personal development lessons. Education should not punish but empower. When students feel trust to make decisions, they respond better. I believe most of us want balance, we just do not know how to achieve it. Many of use social media not to waste time, but to connect, to belong, and to find inspiration. The problem begins when it becomes our only source of regulation. If we replace bans with guidance and fear with understanding, then we can turn social media from a distraction into a tool for growth.
I completely agree, Ryan. As a parent, I see the same patterns unfolding from the other side of the screen. Parents are struggling to manage something we don't fully understand ourselves. Many of us didn't grow up with this technology, so we are trying to learn and teach at the same time. It is like steering a car while doing the road. I know parents who admit they have given up. Some say it is impossible to control. My child knows more about technology than I do. Others rely on scolding or punishment, but that only creates tension at home. What we really need is digital literacy for parents, not just for students. Many don't know how to set up parental controls, privacy settings, or time limits. They hear words like algorithm or cyberbullying, but they don't fully understand what they mean. So they either overreact by banning everything or underreact by ignoring the problem until it becomes too big. If the minister could organize workshops or short online tutorials for parents, that would change everything. Imagine parents and children learning together, understanding the same boundaries, using the same tools, and communicating openly about their online experiences. We could even have parent-student digital pledge ceremonies where both sides promise to respect each other's digital space and mental health. Because truly, this issue is not about disobedience or bad behavior, it is about disconnection between generations. Parents fear losing control and children fear losing freedom. We need to replace that fear with cooperation.
You have both spoken with wisdom beyond young children. What I'm hearing is that the real problem isn't simply screen time, it's the absence of boundaries, awareness, and communication. So technology itself isn't harmful, but our relationship with it has become unbalanced. So when I hear students say that they feel anxious without their phones, I don't just see addiction, I see emotional dependency. So they are not attached to the device, but to the sense of connection it provides. And when parents say they feel powerless, I see a generation trying to guide without net. So yes, banning won't fix it. What we need is a holistic approach, something that empowers both students and parents to understand their digital habits, set limits, and rebuild trust. So perhaps our ministry could begin with a pilot program, a joint campaign where teachers, parents, and students analyze their digital routines together, share reflection, and co-create personal wellness plans. School could host screen-free afternoons once a month, not as punishment, but as an opportunity to rediscover hobbies, friendships, and physical activity. start small but act consistently, we can slowly shift the culture from dependency to discipline and from anxiety to awareness. Let's move to our next stage to explore the deeper reasons behind these habits and what real consequences they bring into our daily lives. So our data shows social media overload is deeply affecting young people's mental health. Teenagers today live under constant comparison, flawless photos, perfect grades, endless achievement. Over time, they start feeling inadequate and anxious. Teachers report shorter attention spans. So while students lose focus and confidence because their self-worth depends on likes and followers. So this isn't laziness, it's emotional exhaustion. But I believe technology can still be a force for good if we guide its use wisely. Balance, not bans, must be our goal.
I completely agree with you, Minister. My daughter once cried after comparing herself to influencers online. She felt her life was dull and imperfect. It broke her heart. But when she joined an online art group and began creating instead of just scrolling, everything changed. Her confidence grew. That taught me that the problem isn't social media itself, it's how it is used. With the right support, it can empower instead of harm. Parents, however, need to help too. We must create safe space at home where our children can talk about their online experiences without fear and judgment.
That's so true. Many students use social media to do great things, start projects, self-crush, or share ideas, while others get trapped in the chase for likes and validation. It is tiring pretending to be perfect. I have seen classmates delete posts just because they didn't get enough likes. We need school to teach digital mindfulness, how to manage emotions online, take breaks, and think critically. If we understand why social media affects us, we can control it instead of letting it control us.
Exactly, Ryan. Banning won't solve anything, but education will. Schools could adopt phone-free learning hours while promoting digital literacy and emotional resilience lessons. Perhaps we can introduce a mindful media week to encourage students to reflect on their habits and explore life beyond screens.
And parents can mirror at home, simple curfews, no phones during dinner, or technology-free Sundays to build real family connection. Children learn by example, so we must model healthy digital habits ourselves.
I love that. School could even set up digital detox corners, quiet areas to rest or read, and student clubs that promote balanced media use. When peers lead by example, change spreads naturally.
That's the spirit, harmony between technology and humanity. So together, schools, parents, and students can turn this challenge into a movement for mindful, meaningful use of technology. So after reviewing feedback from schools, experts, and parents, the ministry has narrowed our direction into three main paths. First, a partial restriction for under 16s, limited social media access after school hours to encourage healthier habits. Second, a nationwide digital wellness framework in schools teaching emotional control, privacy, and online ethics. So, and third, partnership with tech companies to improve safety, better edge checks, features, and educational features. So now we must decide which means truly help. From fair and empowering. Ryan, how do this sound from the student perspective?
Thank you, Most students don't lack access, they lack awareness. When rules feel too strict, students often find loopholes. Instead of bannings, let us teach self-control. A weekly digital citizenship class could help learning about privacy, cyberbullying, and healthy habits through fun projects like poster or short videos. When lessons come from students themselves, not just rules, the message feels genius. Real change happens when we understand why, not just what.
Ryan, that's a very insightful suggestion. I fully agree that students need to take part in the solution, not just be the subjects of it. But for this framework to work, parents must be equally equipped. Many parents today, including myself, didn't grow up in a digital world. We often feel left behind, unsure how to monitor our children without invading their privacy. That's why I propose a digital parent toolkit developed by the ministry in collaboration with experts. It could include simple step-by-step guides, how to set screen time limits, activate parental controls, talk about online risks, and recognize warning signs of addiction or depression. Even better, the ministry could hold virtual workshops every month, short, practical, and open to parents nationwide so school can promote them through WhatsApp groups or websites. Parents could learn at their own pace and even ask questions like, and when homes and schools send the same message, children start to internalize it. They don't feel it is just rules from teachers, it becomes a shared family value. That's how we rebuild digital harmony between generations.
Yeah, excellent, Mrs. Lim. Schools, families, and industry must work together so we can create fun-free zones for focus and a healthy digital school award to reward balance.
That's a great idea, Madam Minister. Tech companies should help by adding real-age checks and friendly break reminder. They could also run awareness campaigns and hear feedback directly from students through a student-industry partnership.
Yes, and communities can join too. Local councils and NGOs could hold digital free weekends, encouraging families to spend time outdoors or join creative workshops. When we promote real-life connections, screen time naturally drops. Students could even lead these campaigns as young ambassadors, inspiring others by example.
Excellent ideas. To make them lasting, we'll have a digital responsibility pledge signed yearly by students and parents. A promise to use technology wisely and build trust, not control.
That's powerful. Signing together shows trust. Maybe we can also add short reflections like, I will use my phone for learning, to help students internalize it.
That's beautiful, Ryan. And for parents, this pledge is also a reminder that we are role models. If we want our children to respect digital balance, we must show it ourselves. Signing the same paper reminds us to practice what we preach, to put our own phones down during family time and listen when our children speak. So, when communication replaces punishment, progress becomes sustainable. It builds trust and warmth in the family instead of fear or rebellion.
I couldn't agree more. This framework is more than policy. It's a shared mission. Let's finalize it and prepare our announcement. Malaysia's youth deserve a digital world that empowers, not overwhelms. We can all agree a full ban won't work. Social media is part of life and learning. Our goal should be responsible use, no restriction. That's why I propose a digital wellness framework for youth to help schools, students, and families build healthier online habits. Ryan, how can we make this meaningful for your generation?
For me, students should take the lead. We could form digital ambassador clubs in school to promote awareness through campaigns like Mindful Scrolling Week. When kids set the example, balance feels natural. Maybe we can also have digital wellness awards to celebrate positive habits.
That's a fantasy idea. Parents can support through family digital days, school workshops, where parents and children learn together about cyber safety and healthy screen habits. We could also share monthly family discussion drives, simple conversation starters for dinner talks about online life. When learning happens side by side, it builds trust. Parents stop policing, they start partnering. That's how real understanding begins.
Excellent. Collaboration is key. Let's focus on 5 pillars: school phone use rules, digital literacy lessons, parent workshops, tech partnerships, and student ambassador clubs. Does that sound good?
Yes, and maybe add a digital balance journal, a short reflection each term to build self-awareness about screen habits.
That's wonderful, Ryan. And perhaps a family digital place portal could complement it. Parents and children signing a shared commitment each year and celebrating progress together. It keeps the message alive at home.
Perfect. Education, empathy, and shared responsibility. That's our direction. Let's finalize this tonight and announce it tomorrow. Digital wellness through partnerships, not punishment. Good afternoon. Today marks a step toward a healthier digital generation. I'm proud to launch the Digital Wellness Framework for Youth, built on education, empathy, and empowerment. It focuses on 5 key areas: phone use guidelines, digital literacy lessons, parent workshops, safer tech partnership, and student ambassador clubs. Together, we will make social media a bridge for creativity, not a barrier to well-being.
Thank you, Madam Minister. This framework shows real trust in Malaysia's youth. Through digital ambassador clubs, we will lead campaigns like Mindful Media Week and help us use technology with balance and care. True digital freedom is not about endless scrolling, it is about knowing our limits and using tech for learning, creativity, and kindness. To my fellow students, let us prove that we can be a smart, mindful, and responsible online citizen.
Thank you, Ryan, and thank you, Minister, for including parents in this journey. For years, we have struggled to balance protection and freedom. This framework finally bridged the gap. The new parent workshop and family digital place portal will help families build trust and healthy screen habits together. When homes, schools, and the government unite, digital wellness becomes more than policy, it becomes a shared culture of care and balance.
Thank you, everyone. This is more than a program. It's a national movement toward responsible digital living. Let's make Malaysia a model of balance, kindness, and digital wisdom.
Madam Minister, how will the ministry ensure students truly follow the new phone use rules?
Good question. Each school will form a digital discipline committee made up of teachers, parents, and students. They'll meet monthly to track progress and adjust plans. It's not about punishment, it's about awareness. When students help shape the rules, they will follow them willingly.
What if parents or students refuse to cooperate?
That's natural at first. We will engage them through workshops and school family talks. Hearing real stories like improved sleep or grades often changes minds. We will also have parent digital ambassadors who share tips in communities. Change takes time, but success speaks for itself.
Student council leader, do you think your peers will really take this seriously?
Yes, because it's student lead, not force. Through digital ambassador clubs, we will run fun activities like digital detox challenge, and no food Fridays. When friends lead by example, others follow. Peer influence works faster than strict rules.
What about mental health support?
Absolutely. We'll train school digital counselors and partner with mental health NGOs to provide online help. Digital wellness isn't just about screen time. It's about emotional balance and confidence.
Parents will also get simple guides to talk about online stress and hope. When kids feel here, they turn to family, not just to their phone.
Finally, what's your long-term vision?
In 5 years, I hope every student use technology to create, connect, and grow, not just scroll.
And for the ministry, digital wellness through partnership, not punishment. When schools, families, and youth unite, it becomes our culture.
And that culture will shape not just their screens, but their hearts.